Before Theseus left your city, he told you a sad story. Once, two children, Phrixus and Hell, were in grave danger and tried to escape across the sea on the back of a golden winged ram. Hell lost her grip on the animal and plunged into the sea, but Phrixus managed to hold on. When he arrived in Iolcus, he sacrificed the ram to Zeus and gave King Aeetes, Iolcus' ruler, the fleece. Retrieve the golden fleece, and Zeus's curse will be lifted, but returning the fleece to Greece, that rhymes, won't be easy. You'll require the service of a third great hero. In other news, Hercules has been scaring birds away from Stymphalus. These weren't your garden variety sparrows. These were huge, ravenous birds that weren't picky about what they put in their beaks. Animals, crops, humans, everything tasted good to them. Luckily, Hercules managed to drive the birds away with Hephaestus' castanets. Though no one is sure if it was the noise of the castanets that scared the birds off, or the flamenco that Hercules performed as an accompaniment. Regardless, Agathonor, the leader of Stymphalus, is very thankful for Hercules' help.
It's like with all the sound effects, and laughter and stuff like that. Anyway, where was I? No, blah, 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 blah. Regardless, Agathonor, the leader of Stymphalus, less said about him the better. He leaves a bad taste in my mouth now. Very thankful for Hercules' help. When you honour Athena with a sanctuary, she will plant a sacred grove of olive trees to your cities. You can ask her for gifts of olives and olive oil. You will certainly need her help to succeed here. So we've got to fulfill a forthcoming quest. Oh, hello. Welcome to Zeus, the Master of Olympus, with me, by Jingo. Master of at least some aspects of my life. Largely, you know, when I can stream and how I can stream. Actually, I'm not master of that. It has to be at certain points of the day. So, got to fulfill a forthcoming quest. Treasury of 5,000, 24 jugs of olive oil for a colony, 24 skeins of fleece for a colony, 24 sheaves of wheat for a colony, and I don't know why I pronounced it like that. I guess I was just practicing my diction. Right, to the city. Oh, this place. Oh, I remember this place. Didn't I say I'd have to build something like shrine to Athena? Stymphalus is still there. He's apathetic, but he's quite a bit stronger. He's getting stronger. I probably can't invade him. Ooh. But I can build elite housing now. And that is good to know. So what can I do? I don't need... Oh, actually, I probably do need to build a sanctuary to Athena. Because nobody else is going to give me oil, are they? You buy olive oil, you buy cheese. Trozan doesn't do much of anything. I couldn't even raid to get materials. Okay, let's think this one through. So we need some nice housing somewhere. I'm thinking... And that in itself is a problem. No, I'm thinking moving the walls to here-ish. In fact, possibly doing away with the walls in their entirety. Turning this area into the elite housing and the sanctuary here. I don't need elite housing, but again, it's planning ahead. I wonder how many of those like sheaves of wheat and skeins of fleece I can almost do, and I'd be able to do the others if I hadn't given them away. In fact, I didn't get a bonus for that, did I? Talk about not planning ahead. I think quite the opposite. So there's some wheat that's being grown. City doesn't have enough food. We should do. We produce enough for most, but I'll stop selling the cheese. That's probably not helping. 4,180. And then I guess we just sort of worry. To be fair...
I am Athena.
Hello, Athena. I'm Bijingo.
Will grace your city.
I mean, I could have the posh district over here. Though I am worried that if they... Because that's an invasion point we found out. That... Right, I can't do any posh housing until we have a sanctuary to Athena. Which I will build because I need the olive oil, and there's no other way of getting olive oil apart from... What's interesting? We still can't build an olive press, but we can get the olives. Perhaps we need to get the sanctuary first, and then it'll suddenly appear. My dear mortal, I have a quest for you. If you are ever to achieve a glory as a leader, the golden fleece must be returned here. Find Jason to retrieve the fleece so that I, Zeus, might lift this curse. I know where I heard golden fleece before. I was thinking, golden fleece, why does that sound familiar? And it is because there is the most prestigious order in the old state of Burgundy, and the successor states thereof, was the Order of the Golden Fleece, of which Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor, was a holder of. I wonder if it still exists as an order, but that's why I've thought about it. Colchis has been discovered. Colchis. I thought we were going there, but apparently it's nowhere near. It's nothing. I don't know why I'm even worried about it. It doesn't do anything, doesn't sell anything, doesn't buy anything. It's not worth my time. I'm a busy man. So what I'll do is I'll knock down this wall here and then set down enough for... Can't afford... That's huge. Right, I'll knock down that tower as well. Since I'm hoping Stymphalus is going to calm down a bit now. Is as Hercules sort out his problem with the crows, with his castanets. I think we were talking about the labours of Hercules the other day. I can't remember if it was... I think it must have been at work. But we've got the Hydra, you've got your Cerberus three-headed dog, your castanets, cleaning out the Augean stables, getting the golden apple, whatever it was. I'm missing an obvious one. I can't think what it is now. Labours of Hercules. I don't know. I've got 5. I can never think of any more than 5. You need 24 slabs of marble. Naxos, how do you feel about... How would you like some fleece? Also, I've got to buy sculptures, haven't I? Oh, this is gonna hurt. I am not looking forward to this. I really regret sending them fleece, because I never got to them in time. By the time the mission finished, it took the fleece, but I never got the boost to my relationship from it. I don't think, anyway. No, never. They never got the wood that I sent. So now we've got to wait. I don't think there's much else I can do. I could build a hero's hall for Jason just to sit there, but he eats a ton. He eats 36 crates of food. 64 crates of food. I just haven't got that. He wants 8 horses, 16 amphorae of wine. Okay, so plan of action. Build an arbour to Athena. Get some olive oil. Use the olive oil to purchase some elite housing, get the elite housing up to thingy status, horseman status, and then can I even get bronze? Yes, but I have to buy the armor in. I still can't build a tax collector. This is harsh, game. This is harsh. You're making me build elite housing. Oh, thank you. And I can't even tax them. And they're going to go right up to estate level. So I'm going to be missing out on like 200 drachma per household. Whew. Whew. I'm gonna have to breathe. Gonna have to think. Don't think too hard about the finances. Hey, they look pretty good actually. But that's only because I'm not importing anything yet. That's going to look a lot worse later on. So I'm just gonna have to wait and wait and wait. Stymphalis, you have changed your tune. Greetings, Aunt Bajingo. I, Agapenor of Stymphalis, want to be in league with you. Let's just put bygones be bygones. Forget you called me a insufferable lout and an insignificant gnat and a numbskull and among other things. I've decided to become your ally. Oh, just like that. Your living games begin. Well, at least it means he won't attack me. He does buy... He buys fleece. That's interesting. That's very interesting to me. And there's a land route. So it means I can have trading post and fellas there. Sell my fleece there. Have even more in the way of sheep. God, it's so low value, high volume, these exports. It's must... Thank you. I think it's the first time in the game where you're actually confronted with not being able to... Well, Athens is the first place where you're not being able to actually have a proper trading. Like, trading actually becomes quite difficult. But this is going to be the first time where you just can't. You can't export high value goods. And if you can't export high value goods, it makes it really quite difficult with your cash flow. We have enough, almost have enough. Yeah, we have enough food for Jason now. It's just a shame that everything else is missing. Set aside 24 sheaves of wheat for that. 24 skeins of fleece. This is going to be a long mission, isn't it? Good job of finishing my coffee off, because I'm going to be here for a while. And you are too. Don't think you're going anywhere. You're in this with me. Don't even think about pausing this and coming back later. Eritrea. I want you to upgrade to... Okay. I need more workers, so I need to get that Sacred Grove to Athena so that I can get the olive oil so I can upgrade my houses so I can then employ more people to make low income exports so I can then afford to have high income people with the olive oil that I'm now getting from the... It's like, oh, forget it. I got about 3/4 of the way through and I just gave up. What would be nice? It's probably a bit late to make a wish list for... Ooh, we've won the Olympic Games! Which means we're going to host the Olympic Games, which is how it should be done. The Olympic Games should be like Eurovision, the Eurovision Song Contest, where the winner gets to host it the next year. And if it means that some countries get to host it time and time again, well, it's just... their rewards being successful.
The famed Apollo, and the future will become as clear as day.
Why do you talk like that? I had a stroke. Old Simpsons lines. You can go a long way in this world if you can remember a few Simpsons quotes. And I can remember a lot of Simpsons quotes. I'm rather impressed with my my knowledge of them. But I'm not going to reel them off now because it'd be out of context. And no, I'm under pressure. He was reasonably helpful, I seem to remember. Apollo, when he was in Athens, he took out Cerberus, and he took out the Minotaur, and he tried to give Hades a run for his money, but unfortunately, Hades is a senior god, and in the game of top trumps, nobody beats Hades apart from Zeus. So what can I do now? I can do nothing. What I can do is I can wait. I could also set aside some schemes of fleets for the colony if I felt so inclined. Because that is a lot of fleece. And I'm going to pay my workers a bit more while I think of what to do. Ah, there's a short-term solution, and I'm all about short-term solutions. We'll just stick a whole bunch of housing in. I'm worried about the ramifications of getting these people up to a higher level of housing. I'm thinking like entertainment wise. It shouldn't be a problem because we have a working stadium. But that should get enough people in to sort the industries out. Would anybody like to give me some marble? Go on, Naxos, you know you want to. Because I don't want to spend that kind of money.
My advice to you is marry. If you find a good wife, you'll be happy. If not, you'll become a philosopher.
Huh. My advice to you is to get married. If you find a good wife, you'll be happy. If you don't, you'll become a philosopher. That's what that chap was saying down there. I don't know what building creates that sound. I guess it's the podium, or the college, or something like that. But yeah, that wasn't the stated opinion of Jingo. That's the stated opinion of the philosophers at Iolcus, which is where we're at. I keep forgetting the name of our settlement. It also looks like Lolcus because the I and the L are very similar, and YouTube doesn't put top and a bottom on a capital I, which you should do for just that purpose. Naxos, why not I give you lots of planks of wood, and this time we'll be able to make use of it. Lemnos, you also buy wood. I don't apparently have any more wood left to spare, but if I turn that off, Lemnos, have a lot of wood, and then give me some wine, or marble, or whatever. Thank you. I wonder how that compares. So how does he feel about me now? Still sympathetic. He's congenial. I wouldn't mind getting some wine off of him, but I don't know why. Probably because having to pay for it to get the elite housing, we won't pay tax. Is gonna be it's just the thought of all that lost income is bringing the tear to my eye. So that's 29 marble. That's enough to get started on the Arbor of Athena, which I'm going to try to slot in here. And hope that marauding enemy troops don't destroy it. Needs access to a road down here, and well, I don't know. I'll move the maintenance office to... Naxos buys more fleece. I am all about this. High quantity, low quality goods. It's a real challenge. It's a worthy challenge. Like, what can you do when you can't export anything valuable? Because that's That's a game changer in these games. As soon as you set up a high value at export industry, you're sorted financially. What this is doing is preventing that. It's good stuff. Right, what do we need for this? 8 sculptures, 16 loads of wood, and 55 slabs of marble. I don't know what I want to buy and what I want to ask for. I don't think, now don't quote me on this, I don't think I'm going to get invaded again. Lemnos, what can you give me? You can give me a lot of wine. You could also give me a lot of wine. I think I will ask for some more marble from you for the time being, and I will come back later for the sculptures. At least wood I'm fine with. How's our domestic supply of fleece? Bearing up. Can't argue with it. Is there can you get up to that bit there if you're a shepherd? And also, I'm a bit curious, can you delete cattle? Because I'm sure I saw, like, livestock. I'm sure I saw in the episode 1 video of this, I clicked on the ground and a sheep died? Maybe it just died of natural causes. Yeah, looks like it. So I imagine the errant sheep over here died when the Caledonian boar attacked. And my word, that's a lot of food. I can start exporting it now. Right, so there's a small amount there. We will set up. Some artisans guilds near my palace, but it's fine, don't worry about it. I will put up with the noise and the desirability. Lemnos needs wood. Could you not just buy it? I do have enough. Lemnos is all powerful. What is with that? Best do as he says. But while you're there, I'll take your wine. I don't particularly need it, but it's just good to have, isn't it? What the game is also trying to do, which I think is rather clever, is that it recognises you can get a lot of free stuff by just being nice to people and winning Isthmian games and getting boosts to your diplomat and then asking for favours. But it's really having to make you ask a lot of favours because you can't afford to buy a lot more stuff. Hermes, pipe down. I'm already building a settlement. So I think, I don't know, here for a elite housing or here? I really don't know. Ooh, thank you, Naxus. What a happy time to be alive. I quite agree, game. This city is wonderful. So you may as well get some marble, up to about, I don't know, something like that, and accept sculptures. And also, my maintenance shed, because I'm not having any sculptures collapse. It's Apparently when the warehouse that's holding them collapses, that's it, they're gone. Presumably they take too much damage to just be like welded back together again. So that's progress that's being made.
There was never a genius without a tincture like this.
So that's one free sculpture. Where do I even import them from? Over there, that's miles away. Right, so 640 for a single sculpture. How much fleece would I have to sell? Near on 11 skeins of fleece to buy a single sculpture. Wait, I do that because I sell 36. Lemnos. Oh, we were completely befuddled by the other contestants. We did so well before as well. Since you're helpful... Oh, you're already sending me some wine, aren't you? Oh, you've already sent me some wine. Okay, you're not the guy to go to for marble, but I feel like... ought to. Just because you're so friendly. And then see if we can get some another couple of sculptures from Naxos. Once I've given him some fleece. But I still need 43 slabs. That I can do, Naxos. If it makes you happy, I'm more than happy to oblige. So that's one sculpture, need another 7. Lemnos grant, that's not a lot. But thanks anyway. Now when I get the thank you note from Naxos, I'll ask for some more.
Atlas is pleased to hold the sky up for this city. It's superb.
Oh, thank you. That rather loud man down there. What was I talking about? That was it. When I get the thank you note from Naxos, I will ask him for some more. I'll ask him for some sculptures. And then I will ask him for some marble. And then I will give him some fleece. And the cycle of life continues. In fact, we've got so much fleece. Why don't you have some? Because I needed that for my own supply, that's why. I've got to lie, these guys are a bit letting the side down. You don't just know why we need it, just trust us. Well, at least he's paying for it. In fact, that's not a bad deal. If he gives me 1,000 drachma and takes X amount of fleece off of me. That is some costly fleece. Pleasure doing business. What's everybody's supply of fleece like? Reasonable. Reasonable, actually. And now we wait. Did I ever get that thank you note from Naxos? Yes. Give me some sculptures. Thanks, buddy. Oh, that's nice. That's that cheese that's bringing in 46 drachmas per time. 45. I overestimated there. I was getting carried away with all the things I could do with that extra 12 drachmas a year. Stimphallus, can you do anything for me? No, you're just a consumer. I can wrangle drachma out of you and then use those drachma to purchase marble. Nice. So now I just need 28 slabs of marble, 8 loads of wood, and 8 sculptures. Oh, what was that? Naxos greatly appreciates skeins of fleece, which they sorely need. Yes, but are you going to give me sculptures? Did you get my request?
What could be better than to have your people well fed?
Well, thanks Demeter, but we're already well fed. I don't know where Demeter fits into the family of the Olympian gods, because Hera and Zeus are sisters and man and wife, and they're all like brothers and siblings and things like that. 6 pieces of sculpture is just what the doctor ordered. Well, not quite, but I'm sure I can stretch to 1. So everybody else is like the same level, but Demeter is such an ancient god. She appears quite early on in Greek mythology, but I don't know how that relates to how old she is and it's complicated. I was listening again the other day to the Greek mythology lecture that I like listening to, and just the creating of the world is just madness. It's so complicated. It's something like there was nothing at the beginning. There was nothing but chaos, and then there's Gaia and Eros and Tantalus and something else, and then there's the night, and then there's the day, and the forces of night form the chthonic forces, and you've got the Furies who deal with blood crimes and this and that element, and it's all put together in Hesiod's Works and Days. I think I've got that on my Kindle somewhere, because, you know, it's out of copyright, being as it was published in about 700 BC. Second is not good enough. It just means first loser. Get out there and do it again. Do it right this time. Perhaps a bit harsh. Well, you know, they'll never learn otherwise. Right, unemployment rate is 8%, so I will cut people's wages. It's better. So 2,892 is an awful lot to be paying people. But those people do bring in £7,560 worth of imports. And imports are pretty low. What am I missing? 16 slabs of marble, 8 loads of wood. Naxos, old buddy, old pal, how would you like to give me some marble? Yours sincerely, by Jingo. P.S. If you can wrangle your way to give me a statue, it'd be much appreciated. In fact, no, I'll just buy one. I mean, it is miles away, but yeah. I make enough from selling fleece. I do make enough from selling fleece. But it'd be nice just to be able to see, like, production per year. There must be it'd be nice to have a tab somewhere that just shows current, you know, current cheese production is X amount. I don't think it does that. It tells me how many people are employed in the industry, how many we have of each thing, the price, and who buys and sells. But no way of knowing how much I actually produce. But do I want to know that, or will knowing that kind of information take an element of guesswork out of the game? I do wonder that about Europa Universalis 4, in that you can see so much information in the ledger about the military strength of the country you're about to attack, and things like that. It seems almost like too much information. Thank you. I don't know whether to actually record some Europa Universalis and stick it on this channel. The trouble is, I can't play particularly well. I like watch other people, particularly like DDR Jake, and he's fantastic. I was rewatching his Golden Horde run on very hard mode, and he made it look effortless. So I thought, oh, I'll boost it up on normal difficulty. It'll be fine. And it was fine, but it just wasn't the same. So I'm not particularly good at Europa Universalis. It's one of those games they have to invest so much time in. And there's so many like tricks of the trade and having to get everything together. Learn all the modifiers and little tweaks and stuff like that. That unless I was to play it really quite casually, and then if I'm playing it casually, you got to wonder, well, why are you watching me play it? Why don't you play it yourself? Kind of thing. Although I did have a very fun run about 6 months ago at Iolcus, where I stacked up as many modifiers to do with the vassal income as possible. I think I managed to get it to 250% efficiency. For reference, when you're a feudal monarchy, it's 25%, and that's the base is about 10%. So I had these vassals who were handing over more than their combined income, because it's 250% of their tax income, which was also more than their trade income and more than their production income. So they're constantly going bankrupt and constantly having rebels. But I was making so much money. I was making more from vassal income than tax and trade combined, or like tax and production combined. I was having a great time. But that's that. Perhaps I should have recorded that and put that on there, rather than just telling you about it. Still, we'll live and learn. Or perhaps I could do that. I could like focus on a certain modifier. Oh, the Parthian games begin. That's not going to end well, I don't think. Yeah, we're terrible at drama. Right, the Arbour of Athena is complete. You've drawn the great Athena, goddess of warriors, crafts and wisdom, into your city by honouring her with a sanctuary. Inspired by her very presence, your city's soldiers have grown stronger. A grove of olive trees has sprung up near the sanctuary, and she herself has promised to help the city defend itself from both internal and external threats. Cheers, nice one. Employees needed, because somebody needs to man the stockade, sanctuary. Whatever. I think I mentioned it quite a while ago, but I would quite like to try and play the 1994 edition of Colonization, speaking of Man the Stockade. It's one of the responses you can give when the Indians demand food off of you. You can say either give it to them or just man the stockade, and then the next turn they attack you. But I think I can get it running, because I can run it on DOSBox, so it's not like Trade Empires, where it's like a pain. Because it's an actual DOS game, so you can play it on a DOS emulator. But I don't know how fun it would actually be, because it's pretty. The graphics are pretty low, and the gameplay is pretty basic. Because it was made in 1994. So now we can get some growers' lodges, and I don't know what the right amount is. So I will stick 3 in with a thing that takes olives. Actually, as many olives as you like, and then some olive oil up to about 20, and then we will have this unfortunate place is going to try and get fleece from here. I can stop buying sculptures now, but it's nice to know I've got some in spare. You know, some in reserve, just in case. So we'll have that there, and then a couple of olive presses. Fine, I will pay people more just to get rid of this labour shortage. Well, I am worried about this fleece supply. Where are you going? Well, you're bringing it in. That's fine. There is still plenty in the storehouses, and they've got some there. I think the Amphoria are going to have to do some legwork here. That shouldn't be too bad, particularly if I put a road going across like that and into there like that. This seems almost like organic city growth, doesn't it? When a city just expands outside of its initial city walls. It's quite nice. Rather than this kind of like... The problem I find playing SimCity and the like is you just end up with constant grid patterns, because it's just it's the most efficient way of building a city, but... I guess what this encourages you to do, because you're building it over time with so many different things to account for, Yeah, I didn't think they were going to do very well. Never mind. Better luck next time. Oh yeah, we can get rid of these as well. I've lost my train of thought. Again! At least this time I admit to it. So we should have some olive groves here, there. We've got some olive oil on the way. We actually sell that olive oil instead. About the only thing that we can make a profit on. Or a proper profit. Well, I don't need to worry too much about money now. We've got 10,000 dragon, which is the most I've seen in quite a while. It's going to take a while, I think, to get some olive oil on the go, so we'll just up the speed a bit. Yeah, whatever. I've got loads of this stuff. Got plenty of wine. It's almost by design. Yeah, I think this is a good place. Here is where I'll put the posh housing. And hope nobody invades again. And rebuild the junction a little bit like that. I can't remember how big it should be. Still, I'll think it through. Something like a bit narrower than that. A bit closer to the city. Something like...
If you worship me, traders will find travel to the city easy.
Traders already find travel to the city easy. Don't worry about it, Hermes. I've already worshipped you once. I'm not doing it again. I'm not made of worship. Something like that. Perhaps a little bit wider. That's nice. So hopefully, when I put in the elite house in there, and there, but take into account that there's going to be a... There's not going to be any avenues. So the game is now making me try to get very prestigious land without putting parks or boulevards. Although it will deign to give us a grand amphora, which is nice. We'll call this amphora the old gatehouse. Food, fleece, oil. We haven't got any arms at the moment, but I'm sure I can beg somebody for some. And we do have wine. Oh, lots of wine. Dionysus be proud. I thought there'd be a couple of colonies in this, but it doesn't look like there is there? I was rather hoping to get away from this city, particularly when I was being invaded by Stymphaphilus, or whatever their name is. Eritrea, what can you do for me? You can give me wine. But what that also did is that cheered everybody else up. So it gave food to a festival, to an alien time. I don't really need anything from these people. For the time being. Oh, actually. Naxos, old buddy, old pal. Why don't you give me some armor? So I want you to get armor and get wine. And I feel like we could do with a place next to this place that just gets olive oil. Phew, that's a relief. I never actually checked whether I could produce olive oil. press it or not. It'd be nasty of the game not to provide it, but this game has been pretty nasty. It's done a lot of things to make my life difficult. But this is what's also known as challenge, so I can't begrudge them too much. And I never checked to see if those 3 growers' lodges are doing enough. I certainly have enough there for an internal supply. Hopefully a little bit of export as well. Oh, the export's going to be all the way over here, isn't it? I don't know, actually. No, it's over here. That's good. Okay, so we'll just wait. I can wait. But this place is going to collapse because I've forgotten to put this in. And I would, of course, put a tax collector in, but I'm not allowed to. Thanks, game. Much appreciated. And well, I guess we'll just wait. Wait for some olive oil. Home games begin! Most exalted by Jingo because our city's contestants won the last Olympian Games this year. We will host our own games. Soon contestants from throughout Greece will come to our city. I guess that looks a little busier than usual. There's 4 sets of crowds as opposed to the usual 1. Don't know how well we're going to do. Oh, hello. Oh, very nice. All the contestants coming in from all other cities. So we've got to do something to sabotage them, like set a Caledonian boar onto them. Plenty of olive oil for the athletes now to, I don't know, lather up, or whatever it is you do.
Herodotus is sure to record this city as the best, and you as its greatest ruler.
Well, like you can come again. But maybe not with the accent then. And you are the greatest ruler. Oh, I like that. Doing some discus there, we've got some wrestling there, and we've got some more wrestling. Just pushing each other there. Don't know what those guys are doing. More wrestling. That looks like MMA or something like that. And then he's just watching. Though they tried their hardest by Jingo, our city's contestants lost our city games. Still, our citizens appreciate seeing some of their favourite contestants from around Greece, so your popularity has increased. Plus, our city proved to be a capable host of cities throughout Greece. Think more highly of you. If I put Olympics into the tag of this video, I'll probably get more views. And it's not entirely dishonest, because the Olympic Games did take place. Yeah, there we go. That's the standard animation. Right, let's have... Eritrea loves me. Good stuff. So I'll tell you what. Since I had such a good Olympic Games, Naxos, why don't you give me some armour? And then I will... easy come, easy go. Why are you asking me for wine? I don't produce the stuff, I just store it. Anyway, you distracted me from giving these good people olive oil. Oh, that's too distant. I have a feeling that was too distant. Is it too distant for you? No, you've got some legs on you.
Have you ever seen...
Worship me, and the contestants you send to the games will be blessed.
So what you ought to perhaps do is get a little bit of olive oil yourself. Up to about 8. We'll cut back on wine, because most of the wine is was over there. Thank you. So somebody's taken some olive oil.
All of my customers will love this olive oil.
Somebody else has taken some olive oil. Good stuff. If I put some more growers' lodges in, does that help? I don't think so, because the growers' lodges we've got at the moment have ensured that the fruit is 100% ripe.
I extol my sacred olive tree to bear fruit.
Thank you. I'm not quite sure what that did, but thanks anyway. Right, you need some more appeal. Let's have a nice scholarly statue there. Like 2 commemorative monuments per common neighbourhoods as well. What is the world coming to? These people don't deserve this. So we've got the best common housing that money can buy, and that is a lot of... Wow, that is a lot of olive oil. Let's spend it. I have a large diplomacy monument here-ish. Oh, we'll turn that into an actual loop. And then... I don't know, really. We have a large Dionysus statue. That's nice, I like that. And we'll see if anybody likes it enough to... No, that's not good enough for them. Well, I'd like to live outside a massive statue of Dionysus. Somewhat appealing, but not somewhat appealing enough. So we'll have a happiness monument here. Hopefully between the two of them, that'll make you... There we go.
I extol my sacred olive tree to bear fruit.
Thanks, but we've still got enough from last time. You just accept olives. And then the presses will work around the clock. In fact, we could probably do with some more presses. And then we can start exporting it and actually make some money. And how long have you been buying marble? Oh my god. It's whew. Yeah, has to be expected. Let's build another commemorative monument since we've got so many. To a victory monument over here. Get out of the way. How is that not appealing? That's people. Unfortunately, I am going to have to move the stadium from the poor people section to the rich people section. High unemployment is a problem. That's nothing a few wage cuts couldn't fix. Have a theatre, a gym, podium. You know, all the amenities. And it looks, my God, that looks ugly. Never mind. And we could do with... Wait a minute. 9% unemployment is not a problem. That's not what the game was worried about. So we will have... What else does Jason want? 8 horses, 16 and 40 of wine. I can beg for wine, can't I? Lemnos, give me your wine. Naxos, probably give me some more armour actually. I'm working on it. So we could have another college, the drama school down here. And if we put a maintenance shed here, we can actually turn this road into something productive. Oh, thank you. Every trader just gave me some wine, but I'm already requesting some. Oh God, there's going to be so much wine. We're going to have a great time. And then, oh, 3 triremes. I can do that. I don't want to, but I can. In fact, if I had an unemployment problem before, I certainly won't now. So we'll have 1, 2, and I'll need to beg for some more armour. There we go. Nobody's worried about unemployment now. Notice that the music's changed. One of the things I quite like about, I think all of the games do this, apart from Emperor. But as your city grows, you have a wider expanse of music. Caesar was the first to do it, I think. It's on account of it being the first. We used to change at like 500 and 1,000 people. And then they got more subtle about it. So you notice it in Pharaoh. There's a certain track called Sekhmet. Number 7 in the file. I remember it quite well because I kept on getting copyright claims on it from a heavy metal rock band, like a really heavy metal band, and it was like, no, because there's a slight similarity in the introduction to this ancient Egyptian music, and like not even close. It's the same note for the same length of time. Something like that. It doesn't even sound the same because it was done with a guitar and one and just whatever musical instruments be used in ancient Egypt. But apparently that was enough to get not a copyright strike, but it's that kind of thing where a copyright claim and this music belongs to a band. And you're like, no, it doesn't. Oh, all the fun of being a YouTube content creator. And every time I'd have to write in, say, look, this is just a track from a game, and they withdraw it. But every time I'd forget to save the comment that I reply, so every time I have to write it out again. Happened about 3 or 4 times, and then I stopped producing Pharaoh videos because the hard drive disappeared, or everything in it did anyway. You need some more appeal. Okay. Have an athletic monument. And then we'll have...
a new city, a new home, and maybe a new job. Fortune is smiling upon me.
This time he's actually right. He's got... he can get all of them. New home, new job, and... what else did he want?
Word is that there are plenty of jobs here for anyone who wants one.
Yeah, as long as you want to work in the docks. Building triremes. So there's plenty of work for trireme builders. For the time being, anyway. I mean, while I'm there, I may as well set up a little couple of fishing wharves. But I don't need it, because I already produce more than enough. This house needs horses to evolve, so we're already at the horses stage. So if I have Ah, of course. This bit here that I've suddenly opened up can be a horse ranch. It's almost like I thought it through. In fact, if I'd not given it away by going, ah, an idea, you might have thought I was planning ahead. Right, 3 horse ranches should provide something. I only need enough for 3 horseman companies and 8 horses for Jason to be interested. So I have a horse trainer there. Now all we need to do is actually just move people in.
If you worship me, traders will find travel to this city easy.
Yes, I know. You've mentioned it on occasion. I hope I've not put them too close together. I mean, I could always put a statue, like another commemorative monument, somewhere around here. Or perhaps just have some parks going across here and down across here. And one across there. Stuff like that. See how people feel. How's the armour situation? I need some more. Fortunately, I don't think you get through armour unless you do some fighting. I don't know what the consumption rate is for peaceful elite housing. I thought short by 37 workers. I'll crank up that. No, I won't. I'm not giving the city 5% unemployment. And paying for the privilege, no less. So it might be an idea as well to... when I get some more workers in, stick some more wheat ranches in. Of course, these horse farms are going to start eating it up. Well, they should do. I'm not sure. I guess they're waiting for the wheat harvest, and then when the wheat harvest comes in, they will go to the horse farms first and then drop it off any excess in the granary. Although, interesting note, I can no longer support myself, so we'll stop selling cheese, and then we will increase our agricultural section. Presumably with some more wheat. There we go, good stuff. And then in that space that's left, more cheese. Always with more cheese, and employees are needed. I mean, it might help to build another housing block, but I don't know quite where I'd put it. Oh yeah, and I was going to sell some olive oil. Since we're probably inundated with this stuff, and that's not what I wanted with you. I wanted you to take olives, not olive oil. So the sensible thing to do would be to probably cut back on these low-grade industries, like sell less of that and sell more olive oil. And what I could certainly do is actually give me some armor, and also I might have to buy some armor, won't I? It's tragic, it really is. Particularly since the thing is all over there. That's 2,400 a year. or 2,400 pay for. I can't afford that. Because last year... it's only because it was built so much last year that it was costly. But what can I do? Might shut down... Well, close those 2 timber lodges. There we go. I'll build a park near you, just to make you happy. Because you're not getting another commemorative monument. That's right out. And the same for you. So I presume that's what's wrong with you. And the same for you. Anybody else unhappy? You're unhappy. I think there's not much I can do about you. But, you know, I tried. There we go. They're still not happy, but that's probably because there's a remnant of wall in the way. I quite like it there. It gives the the image of a city that's outgrowing its initial defences. These are our new defences. We're like Sparta. Our defence is our phalanxes. Thank you. I mean, they didn't give very much, but thanks all the same. Well, how close are we to winning this?
Worship me, and the contestants you send to the games will be blessed.
We can set aside a whole ton of fleece. We need more jugs of olive oil. To that end, perhaps you should be storing it. Oh, that's nice. Oh, so satisfying. There's 145 each. It's not quite wine, but that's nice. Well, to be fair, it's not a great deal more than we're selling the... Well, yes, it's double what we're selling the wood for, but we're selling an awful lot more wood. It's not the be-all and end-all. I'd quite like to sell armour, for instance, or... don't know, really. What's a good export? Sculptures! Yeah, if you can find somebody that buys 36 sculptures, you're in the money. Three triremes, 1 operational, 2 horsemen companies, 8 horses. So we've got the horses, just need the horsemen companies. What's wrong with you? You need armour, we're on that. It's fine, don't worry about paying taxes or anything. I'll fund it. As in these waves of plebeians working hard in their field will both fund it all. Exactly. Now, I guess I just wait. Well, I think of something else to say. I don't know really. I might try, because I'm getting fed up of losing these games now. Can I do anything to help these people win? No. Not unless I want to destroy poor people's housing to put a theatre in. For no purpose to, in terms of actually getting the population up. So everybody's sympathetic. The high point of diplomatic relations is long gone now. But never mind. What I could do with is another olive press. Yeah, no problem. Go for it. And another olive press. And another olive press. I sounded a bit like then. What came to mind is in the... this is a bit of an obscure reference, if you're not of a certain age in the United Kingdom. It sounded a bit like Countdown then, when the contestants would go, and another consonant, and another vowel, and another vowel. So it's like, and another olive press, and another one, and another one. Yes, you can have some food. I am drowning in this stuff. Like, I'm running hot and cold. I don't know, like, how this food situation fluctuates so wildly. One moment I've got a slow decline, and the next I've got an abundance of this stuff. Why have you not got horses? There we go. Because this person keeps buying them all. By the time we get to him, there's nothing left. Right, how does Jason feel now? That's not Jason, that's a statue of Apollo. That's Jason. Got 2 triremes and 1 company of horsemen. Nice. Employees are needed. And quite a few as well, I should imagine. I think a gradual cutting back on... not even a gradual. Major cutting back on timber is needed. I don't like putting wages up. It feels a bit gamey to me. So I won't. I'll just try and find a cut somewhere. Perhaps I can cut down on a couple of carding sheds. No problem. While you're there, Naxos, and feeling so congenial, would you mind giving me some armour? Also, what's my supply of wine like? Plentiful! Delicious and plentiful. Nice amphorae of, I don't know, Retsina or Ouzo. Are the only 2 Greek wines that I know of. I should do better really, but I don't. I'm still not entirely sure how exactly horses work in this. Like, is this set up, is it like a horse factory, or does it need to be a certain amount of horse farms for each house that demands them? And do horses expire if they're not in battle? So many questions. What was that? No problem. What can you do for me? Well, you can give me wine, but I don't really need that at the moment. So... I mean, in my defence, I am buying the armour as well. And it's not just... I'm not just begging for all of it. Thank you. In fact, 6 armour is not a great deal. It's a bit miserly of them, really. It's only 1,200 drachmas worth of gifts. Scarce, I shouldn't complain. It's 1,200 drachma I don't have to pay. Right, how does that look? So I'm good with my horseman companies. I'm getting there with the triremes. I just need to wait for the horses to come in. Seems weird that that's the one that's holding me back. Got 2?
Worship me, and the contestants you send to the games will be blessed.
No. Well, if you do that again, I'll start mimicking you. Worship me. No, that didn't sound like a too bad a rendition. And the contestants you send to the games will be blessed. You're waiting on some armour. Right, I don't want to build too many more houses because, of course, every time a horse gets created at a ranch, it gets taken by the chap here. So I'm not going to build up my supply of 8 horses. Not for a while, at least, anyway. I wouldn't hold your breath. They've not got much of a chance. I'm going to do poor. I mean, poor's not abysmal. It is very poor. There's a possibility they might do well. Another reason I don't want to have too many elite housing, and that's because I don't get any income from them. Why would I? They just cost money. They're costing me wine and armour imports. Every one of them. A bunch of parasites. I could attack Trozeon. Treason? I guess it's like Trazon. But what's the point? It doesn't do anything. It just sits there. I don't know what it'd give me in tribute. Probably some ducats. Not ducats. Drachma. There I am talking EU4 again. Still waiting on some armor. It's there. The armor's there. Oh wow, there's so much wheat. We can't rear horses fast enough. So, you know, get a move on. How long can it take to create a horse? Hygiene's no longer perfect. That's a fair point, actually. These people, although they're living the high life of society, don't have access to... Yeah, I thought that would happen. Perhaps we could perform a tragedy next year. Who's unhealthy? They're well fed, visited by a doctor. They're just well fed. And soon...
This city is in
best
the best shape.
You look
and you
marvellous
look marvelous too.
Thank you.
Have you ever seen more solid buildings?
Archimedes would be proud. At this point I'd be saying, who's Archimedes? He won't be around for centuries yet. I was thinking possibly millennia.
If you worship me, traders will find travel to this city easy.
Well, let's think. Archimedes was killed in the siege of Syracuse by the Romans, and I think that was around 180 BC, something like that. A very, very interesting siege, actually, because the Romans were trying to besiege this city with a genius inside and an engineering genius. He kept on devising all these traps and gadgets to catch the Romans out, and they'd like sail a fleet of triremes up. And I've heard, and I can't guarantee the veracity of it, but it'd like put a whole bunch of like bronze shields together to redirect and bring the light of the sun together to like concentrate the sunlight in a beam that would like set fire to the ships. And things like that, it's like booby traps and things like that just to kill the Romans off. And yeah, and it was so engrossed in his work that when the Romans finally took the city and barged into his house and said, "Are you Archimedes?" and he just didn't look up, they killed him for being insolent. I think it's Archimedes. It's a good story. It sounds like I've got all the facts, apart from one critical one that I'm not entirely sure that's actually Archimedes. It surely is. Okay, Jason, will you come to me now? I mean, the only reason I've not got more in the ranch is because the horse chap keeps on buying them. Still, we're full now. All the houses that can have horses have got horses. All the trainer's full of horses. He's got all the horses he needs. He could possibly store one more. So each ranch stores 4. So I should have a surplus of 4 horses for Jason when he gets here. But my word, this was a convoluted mission. Let's just go through the criteria again, because I quite enjoyed saying it out loud. So, I had to get Jason in. To get Jason, you need to get
What could be better than to have your people
Horses,
well fed?
food, horseman companies, triremes. In order to get horseman companies, you need elite housing. In order to get elite housing, you need to get olive oil. In order to get olive oil, you need to build Athena's temple. Now, in earlier missions, building a sanctuary to Athena would have been like the main goal. But in this one, it's just a stepping stone. It's not even mentioned here. I mean, it would have been nice. Oh yeah. I also. That's what happened to my voice then. I also need to send out some olive oil to the colony. So, if I stop selling that, yes, I can set aside that. 24 jugs is quite a lot. When you think that each one sells for 145, that's 2,900 drachmas worth. I've just...
I extol my sacred olive tree to bear fruit.
Well, thanks. I'm still not entirely sure what that does. Oh, and we've got all the horses we need for Jason now. Send for Jason! Send for Jason! Send for Jason! I'm trying to do a kind of like a relay of people like calling out to wherever he may be. What are you doing? There's some chaps there that are walking down the road.
Herodotus is sure to record this city as the best, and you as its greatest ruler.
Are you like sacred growers? I don't know what Athena's doing there, but it... Oh, nice. That's lovely. Cheers, Athena.
The buildings that I bless will produce an abundance of goods.
Can you not do it to everybody else as well? I don't know what blessing actually does to a building. I think it probably doubles its production. It does something to increase its production, but I don't know by how much. And we are 13 workers short. But if we actually unmanned the...
I am Jason of Iolcus, here to help you in any way I can.
Good stuff. Welcome to the city.
I was telling the wife
the other
just the other
day.
day how great a city this is.
You know, I didn't know Jason was married. I mean, you could assume so because everybody's married. Some more happily than others. For instance, Odysseus, his wife, what's her name? Penelope, waited 30 years for him to come back. And beat off suitors with a stick. And a little trick where she'd say, I'll think about remarrying when I finish this fabric. And she'd spend all day weaving it together and spend all night unweaving it. For 30 years. And then there's Agamemnon's wife, Clytemnestra, who killed Agamemnon. Then again, she killed Agamemnon because Agamemnon sacrificed their daughter in like a ritual sacrifice to make sure the siege of Troy went all right. I can't remember the daughter's name. It'll come to me though. The whole family is cursed because Clytemnestra then gets killed by her son. And then something happens somewhere, and then the whole blood feud of the Furies. That's it, the curse of the House of Atreus, which is the house that Agamemnon inhabited, was part of. Right, off you go, Jason. Was founded on a fraternal murder. Not just that. Atreus, I think himself, killed his brother over the city of Mycenae, and then killed his brother's children, nieces and nephews, and then fed his nieces and nephews to his brother, and thus there was this massive curse that wasn't lifted until the Furies were actually taken to trial in Athens, where it was all done like a courtroom drama. And this is how Athens tried to give itself importance, because like I said at the beginning of this, which seems like an age ago, but was really only, I don't know, about 2 hours. yeah, was a backwater, quite an upstart, and to these rather ancient cities, like Athens was nothing, so it kind of had to invent its own mythology, and invent it did. So it took this like idea from the Trojan Wars and said, we've actually solved it. We've solved it in a democratic fashion, which is the way that Athenians do things. And look at that, one of the oldest traditions in Greek mythology. We've managed to place ourselves in. Aren't we grand? And everyone said, sure thing, Athens, because by that point they had the Delian League and they were a superpower of the Greek world. And I guess you didn't argue with them, because if you argued with them, like the people of Milos, you'd soon find... Oh, here we go.
Jason has brought the Golden Fleece safely back to Greece. He has returned from Colchis with King Aeetes' powerful daughter
King
Medea
who?
as his wife.
How many
Zeus
vowels?
has lifted the curse on your house, and it is now time to begin your own journey and build a kingdom. The road before you forks. Will you choose the way of the sickle and build an economic powerhouse? Or will you choose the way of the sword and build a military machine? Corcyra, a fertile island, promises many resources that will help Iolcus thrive. Corinth will provide you with a strong foothold from which you can exercise your might over all of Greece.
Ooh, that's exciting. I guess we get the choice now. Yes, we do. Did I want to finish my last thought? I don't think so. I think I'd finished it. We can all pick it up from where I left off. So we've got... I can't remember how these were pronounced. Korikia. This place, located on a sickle islands, Thingy-what's-it is a beautiful and fertile land that is sacred to both Demeter and Dionysus. There was a Greek chap at work I thought was called Dionysus, but no, it's Dionysius, which is something entirely different. He was a medieval, he was a Greek Orthodox saint of the medieval period. Thereabouts, something like that. But he's certainly not the god of festivities, wine and partying. And then we've got Corinth. Everybody knows Corinth. I fell out with them when we were Athens and then didn't fall out with them. Central location within Greece makes it the perfect site for a strong military base. I don't know which one to do, and rather than do this democratically, because no, you guys can't be trusted, I'm going to flip a coin. So, heads, ooh, heads, Korikia, tails, Corinth. And I say, I can't flip a coin. Screw it. It's tails. Off to Corinth we go. I'll see you in the next video.